Music does a lot of things for a lot of people. It's transporting, for sure. It can take you right back, years back, to the very moment certain things happened in your life. It's uplifting, it's encouraging, it's strengthening. I was very sad to hear of the death of Ronnie Barker, who was such a warm, friendly and encouraging presence to have when I started in television. He was also a great comic actor to learn from. We are a country of immigrants who have built this great nation, but it is legal immigration that we should be recognizing and encouraging. We are not being arrogant or complacent when we are said that our country, as a united nation, has never in its entire history, enjoyed such a confluence of encouraging possibilities. The mother cannot expect her daughter to understand the mysteries of housekeeping without education. She should instruct them patiently, lovingly, and make the work as agreeable as she can by her cheerful countenance and encouraging words of approval. If they fail once, twice, or thrice, censure not. For me, life is about being positive and hopeful, choosing to be joyful, choosing to be encouraging, choosing to be empowering. For years, I've worn my dainty gold bracelets with inspirational sayings and encouraging one-liners to motivate me in my career. I like to look down at my wrist and be reminded of my goals. I know I had my equivalents in Adrian Lester and Lenny James when I was at drama school. I remember David Harewood doing Othello at the National, and Adrian Lester having done Cheek by Jowl's famous As You Like It and Company at the Donmar. Not necessarily performances I saw, but just the fact they happened was massively encouraging. In personal life, the warm glow of nostalgia amplifies good memories and minimizes bad ones about experiences and relationships, encouraging us to revisit and renew our ties with friends and family. It always involves a little harmless self-deception, like forgetting the pain of childbirth. My mom has made it possible for me to be who I am. Our family is everything. Her greatest skill was encouraging me to find my own person and own independence. You don't have to work for Google, or any of the other firms encouraging staff to pursue personal projects on company time, to use slowness to unlock your creativity. Anyone can do it. Start by clearing space in your schedule for rest, daydreaming and serendipity. Take breaks away from your desk, especially when you get stuck on a problem. As a small business owner for the last 15 years, when I think of what truly changed my life, it was my faith, a strong family. My mom did a really good job of encouraging me in very clear and discernible ways. If I am to be known for anything, I would like it to be for encouraging Canadians, for knowing a little bit about their daily, extraordinary courage, and for wanting that courage to be recognized. I had some great English teachers. One of my favorite, her name was Linda Janoff, was wonderful and so irreverent and so smart and encouraging. We are glad to tie up with a humanitarian organization, which is being promoted by Prince Abdul Aziz. This partnership will greatly help in assisting needy renal failure patients by supplying them equipment, medicines and other medical supplies, while encouraging and supporting scientific research. I've been a huge fan of Chris Martin forever. It'd be awesome to work with him. He's really kind, and he's been really encouraging when we've met. I'm trying to make work that is reflective and is encouraging of reflection. It is always encouraging and kind when people say nice things about my work, but I know that it is not me that did it then and it is not me that is doing it now. It is God living in me, and for that I will always be grateful. Be the best teammate you can be the best player you can be, and just be as supportive and encouraging for the people who are playing. We should not forget the principles of Christian mercy and justice, to welcome back those who are repentant and need our assistance, while encouraging the faithful to endure to the end. In the long term we can hope that religion will change the nature of man and reduce conflict. But history is not encouraging in this respect. The bloodiest wars in history have been religious wars. To me, leadership is about encouraging people. It's about stimulating them. It's about enabling them to achieve what they can achieve, and to do that with a purpose. There's so many more female directors than when I started. That's encouraging. Promoting healthy lifestyles and encouraging fitness are so important for our children's development and reducing the nation's epidemic of childhood obesity. What an encouraging thought that Jesus, our beloved husband, can find comfort in our lowly feeble gifts. Can this be, for it seems far too good to be true? May we then be willing to endure trials or even death itself if through these hardships we are assisted in bringing gladness to Emmanuel's heart. You cannot further the brotherhood of man by encouraging class hatred. As you approach the finish line, you go through a tunnel of people, all of them cheering and encouraging you. Then I heard the speaker say, "Alessandro Zunardi, you are an Ironman." It was something phenomenal, something amazing. I got very emotional at that point. Great theater is about challenging how we think and encouraging us to fantasize about a world we aspire to. Marriage, in its truest sense, is a partnership of equals, with neither exercising dominion over the other, but, rather, with each encouraging and assisting the other in whatever responsibilities and aspirations he or she might have. True teachers use themselves as bridges over which they invite their students to cross, then, having facilitated their crossing, joyfully collapse, encouraging them to create bridges of their own. There's nothing better than having a bright, blinding light in your face and being guided by big, rolling laughter. There's nothing more encouraging than hearing that huge sound. I've waited my whole life to hear that. You come away with the biggest high of your life. My art teacher was really encouraging me, because he really liked that I could draw. I felt very torn. At that time, I had to pick one, and I felt much more confident in the arts than I did in chemistry. My big thing was that I actually wanted to be like Jacques Cousteau. By forbidding Jews to destroy their hair, the Bible warns them away from seeking the siren song of eternal youth. By encouraging Jews to grow beards, it reminds them that they will not be young forever, that they must prepare the ground for those who come after, just as their fathers did for them. I started traveling out of curiosity, but I have come to believe in travel's political importance, that encouraging a nation's citizenry to travel may be as important as encouraging school attendance, environmental conservation, or national thrift. You cannot understand the otherness of places you have not encountered. Writing is no dying art form in America because most published writers here accept the wisdom and the necessity of encouraging the talent that follows in their footsteps. I'm encouraging kids to use computers at their own pace to build aspirations. I was 17 when my body started changing, and I worried about what I did wrong. I went through a period where I didn't eat at all. I also had someone who was encouraging me to take diet pills. I pushed myself to the extreme because I woke up one day and had hips, and a butt, and thought, my gosh, I'm getting fat. When I learned to sign and speak at the same time, the whole world opened up to me. That's the beauty of encouraging kids who are deaf to use whatever it takes to communicate. Freedom is a timeless value. The United Nations Charter calls for encouraging respect for fundamental freedoms. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights mentions freedom more than 20 times. All countries have committed to protecting individual freedoms on paper, but in practice, too many break their pledge. There are few things more fundamentally encouraging and stimulating than seeing someone else die. I'll be more enthusiastic about encouraging thinking outside the box when there's evidence of any thinking going on inside it. Despite the encouraging and wonderful gains and the changes for women which have occurred in my lifetime, there is still room to advance and to promote correction of the remaining deficiencies and imbalances. You can make positive deposits in your own economy every day by reading and listening to powerful, positive, life-changing content and by associating with encouraging and hope-building people. We need to ensure that taxpayer dollars are preventing human trafficking and smuggling, not encouraging it. Business leaders regularly complain that young people don't leave school with the right skills. Encouraging young people to be entrepreneurs makes the connection between school and the world of work, teaching them about practical thinking, teamwork, communication and financial literacy. Where once Lego offered a whimsical form of escapism into the world of the subconscious, encouraging creativity and imagination, it's transformed into a rigid box-ticking discipline where children are encouraged to build by conformity. I keep encouraging the pharmaceutical companies to put more money into R&D. Theater has always been much more fun. You get a laugh, and it's really encouraging. I've long admired Michelle Obama's devotion to encouraging fitness for children. This is at the heart of all good education, where the teacher asks students to think and engages them in encouraging dialogues, constantly checking for understanding and growth. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.